Live with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW West Texas.
All Texas is going to be doing is basically enforcing the laws that were passed by Congress that Joe Biden is refusing to enforce.
Today, in a 6-3 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court says that it won't block a sweeping Texas immigration law that's known as SB 4. We've got the latest on the SCOTUS decision coming up on CBS7 News at 9. Thanks for joining us for CBS7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you who are joining us live from the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Lauren Munt, and we start tonight with some public safety news. As Americans, we're no stranger to the topic of school violence. It's a major fear for many students, school staff, law enforcement, and parents. That's why the Angel Protection System was created. It's a new product available to Texas schools that uses surveillance to detect weapons before they enter the building. And it uses artificial intelligence to spot weapons through cameras and sends an alert, photos, and location information through an app to school staff, police, and 911. Surveillance systems continue to take photos, providing real-time updates. And these features help law enforcement respond efficiently, which may save lives.
But what we've done is using the artificial intelligence in cooperation with 911 and local police departments and the schools to alert both simultaneously to let them know that there is a threat on campus.
We're a small community, we're short-staffed like everybody else throughout the state and the nation. So being able to utilize the Angel Protection Program, which kind of gives you eyes in the sky, right?
For a school with the 3060 cameras, Ortiz says the system costs about $30,000 plus $1 per student. Monahans and Ector County administrators came to see the demo, and they say cost is part of the conversation.
I think this gives parents and students and staff a sense of comfort knowing that we're taking all procedural safeguards to take care of our students and keep them safe.
Angel Protection is based in Texas and is available to any school district in the state. We're tracking crime now where there was a break-in at Manuel's Odessa Tortilla and Tamale Factory around 3:30 a.m. this morning. You're looking at photos from the break-in now, including one with the suspect. According to officials, nothing of value was taken. However, the office was vandalized, and this isn't the only time that criminals have targeted Manuel's. Recently, one of the company's delivery drivers had their truck and trailer stolen while delivering to a grocery store in Midland. Now to a story that's all new at 9 o'clock. Last November, a $1.4 billion bond passed to make upgrades and build new facilities for Midland ISD. Now, months later, a group of people are asking for the MISD Board of Trustees to reconsider one of the locations that they plan to use to build a new school. The Save Ranchland Hills Golf Course group made its presence known at today's board meeting, and CBS7's Noe Ortega was there. He joins us with more on what was said. Noe?
The Ranchland Hills Golf Course has always been a hot topic for Midlanders, and the group of people that showed up at today's meeting have issues with the location. They say they aren't against building a new Midland high school, but they feel there's better options. Many residents showed up in green t-shirts that say Save Ranchland Hills, saying that the Ranchland Hills does more than just a place to golf. They also host events like weddings, business meetings, and charity events. The person who started this group says losing this golf course would mean losing an important part of Midland that's been around for over 60 years.
It's one of those things we want to pause because once it's gone for good. And it's not something that you replace in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. It's a part of the community. It's been here for 75 years and it has all the scars of the boom and bust economy, just like Midland does. And so I just think it would be a big loss to the community.
Another point the group made was that not many people can afford to join a country club. With the Nuba Vista Golf Course shutting down last July, and now the Ranchland Hills Golf Course expected to be converted into a high school campus, Midlanders will only have Hogan Park as the remaining place to golf. And this group of people also presented an alternative solution where the Ranchland Hills Golf Course can stay. And coming up at 10, we'll hear from another member of this group and from a Midlander who spoke out against them. For CBS7 First Alert News, I'm Noe Ortega.
Thank you, Noe. A traffic safety alert for you now. The City of Midland has released its 2023 traffic crash report, which shows the following trends. The total number of crashes increased from 2,919 in 2022 to 3,016 in 2023. In 959 of those crashes, someone was injured. Additionally, there were a total of 20 fatalities. Recently, the city announced a partnership with the county in a plan called Vision Zero, where the pair hope to make the roads safer in 2024. For more details on Vision Zero, you can visit our website at CBS7.com. And gas prices in Midland and Odessa are averaging out to $3.19 a gallon, one of the highest averages in the state. The state average is $3.13, and that's all thanks to Summer Blend gasoline. Summer Blend gas has a lower RVP to prevent excessive evaporation when outside temperatures rise. That evaporation can cause vapor lock in an engine, and on hot days can contribute to unhealthy ground level ozone and smog levels. The switch of gas can lead to a refinery going offline, which cuts into the supply. And of course, what goes up must come down eventually. But for gas, that is no time soon.
So the whole process can actually tack on a little bit more. And that's why we see gas prices increase in the spring, summer time frame. And so certainly we could see more expensive gas prices this spring and summer, but there could be relief as we get closer to fall. We'll have to wait and see.
A year ago today, the average price of gas was $3.05. That's about 14 cents less than the averages today. Armbruster says those high prices are likely to stay averaging above where they were last year. All right, it's time to take a look at weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Tieferteller. Tom?
Well, we are seeing a quiet evening out there as temperatures a little warmer today across the area. We had a couple of clouds out there. They're trying to thicken up a little bit, so mid to high level clouds are going to continue in the forecast overnight tonight. But some low clouds may visit the eastern Permian Basin into the lower Trans-Pecos. That's going to be Gulf moisture that rolls in first thing in the morning. Temperatures, what we observed out there, we're into the mid to upper 60s out for afternoon highs, lower 70s out towards Wink Pecos, and 74 in and around Presidio. We've cooled off a little bit into the upper 50s to low 60s, so not all that bad. Not too comfortable. I should say it is very comfortable out there this evening if you've been out and about as we carry that south wind, and that's what's going to bring in some higher humidity levels and some low clouds again eastern half of the area to the morning. So that's what we're looking at again as temperatures will drop down to around 43 on the overnight low. Tomorrow, possibly an isolated thunderstorm back in our forecast. We'll talk more about that. Peek at the weekend here in just a couple of minutes.
All right, and by the way, Tom, happy first day of spring. We're now only 10 days away from Easter weekend, which means it's almost time for Easter festivities. And one local organization is helping you out with those festivities with their upcoming Egg My Yard fundraiser. Basin Dream Center is a nonprofit that supports youth ages 17 to 24 in our area. Oftentimes, orphans or young adults that age out of the foster care systems don't have anywhere to go. Basin Dream Center provides a home while helping them gain independence and achieve their career goals and overall life goals. But they can't do these things without monetary support, and one of their biggest fundraisers of the year.
Egg My Yard is our annual fundraiser, and what we do is we provide leverage for parents but also help for the Easter Bunny, and we will hide eggs so that your kids can wake up either Friday morning or Saturday morning. You get to choose and have a magical Easter egg hunt that you did not have to lift a finger for. And there's a fun little surprise that we throw in there as well, other than the eggs.
The fundraiser is available in Midland and Ector County. For information on how you can get the Basin Dream Center to egg your yard, you can visit our website, CBS7.com. And speaking of Easter eggs, starting tomorrow, 60,000 Easter eggs will be hidden around downtown Odessa. Patricia Perry with the City of Odessa has more details on how you can participate and maybe win big.
I just want them to enjoy, the season, enjoy Easter.
A big Easter egg hunt is taking place this Wednesday and Thursday in downtown Odessa. These boxes are filled with Easter eggs. In fact, you can pick one up at each of the participating businesses for a chance to win some big prizes.
Nearly 60,000 Easter eggs will soon fill downtown Odessa, and the excitement is already building.
It's fun, and it's fun for everyone.
As a new business here in town, we do everything we can to be involved, and especially when it's something as important as the kids in the area.
To make it easy on you, the City of Odessa has a map on its website showing the more than 20 businesses you can stop at from 11 to 5 Wednesday and Thursday.
I think it's a pretty exciting event, especially as Odessa continues to try to build more activity downtown for families.
This Odessa native says downtown just keeps growing.
It has changed. I think that's why I never really did anything downtown as a kid. You know, now there's all this new development and people coming and bringing all of these really great opportunities to the area.
And the Easter egg hunt is one way we can all gather.
We like being a part of downtown, so it's nice to see everybody come together and celebrate a holiday.
We love serving, and then this is one of the opportunities we have to serve.
Here's a look at the prizes up for grabs. Everything from TVs to a portable turntable, to an air fryer and much more.
Everybody be sure to come downtown.
And to see if you're a winner, just crack open the egg and you could win one of those big ticket items like the TV or a cute Easter basket. For the City of Odessa, I'm Patricia Perry.
Also happening this week, Richard Sturban and the Oak Ridge Boys are coming to town to celebrate a major anniversary. The Grammy Award-winning group is celebrating 50 years with their American-made farewell tour, with a stop this Friday at the Wagner Noel Performing Arts Center.
When the Oak Ridge Boys come to town, you're going to hear a lot of the things that you expect to hear. First and foremost, you're going to hear me do Giddy Up, Papa, Mau Mau. That will definitely happen. We will definitely sing Elvira.
Tickets to the event can be found on the Wagner Noel's website. And the United Way of Odessa held the first ever Drive to Strive telethon campaign event at Odessa College today. The event included over 20 volunteers who requested support for the 2024 fundraising campaign from local businesses. The funds raised will support the campaign and partner agencies. This is the first time the United Way of Odessa has hosted the event, and they raised over $110,000. The second telethon will be held in May. And still ahead, the Supreme Courts are allowing Texas state officials to begin enforcing a controversial immigration law. A breakdown of Senate Bill 4 and why people continue to criticize it next. The Supreme Court ruled today to allow Texas to enforce its state law to arrest undocumented migrants. CBS7's national correspondent Josh Rottenberg has the latest on the controversial decision.
The Supreme Court's conservative majority, without explanation, made the decision Tuesday to let Texas detain and deport migrants suspected of illegally crossing the U.S. southern border. This is a huge blow to President Biden and his administration, who had been fighting against Texas's new law, known as SB 4. Texas officials argued it's the country's, quote, first line of defense against transnational violence, and cited the need for the law because, quote, of the federal government's inability or unwillingness to protect the border. The court's 3 liberal justices objected to the ruling. Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote, quote, today the court invites further chaos and crisis in immigration enforcement. Now, this will not be the end of this issue. A second federal court, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, will hear a second challenge to the Texas law on April 3rd. In Washington, I'm Josh Rottenberg.
Well, some changes are coming our ways. We're going to see a few isolated showers, thunder showers back in the forecast coming up on Wednesday. We'll talk about that. Peek at the weekend again. Coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, let's take a look at those weather makers we have been dealing with, fighting with this upper level low over the past week. It's what brought all the chilly weather this weekend, the clouds, the rain we had. Well, that has kind of weakened a little bit. Not quite a tight of circulation out here across the western U.S. And it's kind of lifted up into the Great Basin and even the Pacific Northwest. That is finally going to move across to our north. And as that happens, we're going to see another chance at some isolated showers and thunder showers tomorrow. Then we're going to get in on a big ridge of high pressure. It's going to make things nice and springy the rest of the week. Right now across the state, plenty of clouds across the southern half of the state. We've had a few showers drift across the Houston area, Galveston, but back towards West Texas, though, again, just dealing with a mix of well, some clear skies, then some high clouds, and that's what we have moving through this evening across the area. As temperatures today did warm up with southerly winds, getting out of those 50s for many locations, up to 68 in Houston, 67 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Not too bad with 66 out towards the Midland National Air and Spaceport this afternoon. Taking a look at the futurecast. Now, in response to that upper level disturbance moving across to our north, we're going to see a little bit better lift in the atmosphere. Some Gulf moisture moves in on these southerly winds in the form of low clouds from the Permian Basin. mainly the eastern, southeastern Permian Basin into the lower Trans-Pecos. These are the favored areas for isolated showers and thunder showers to pop up as that next disturbance moves across. See a little bit of activity here across Terrell County by about 5 o'clock or so, maybe drifting in across the eastern Permian Basin by 7 o'clock, but you can see it's going to be very isolated, so not everybody getting wet out of that. But we may see a rumble of thunder mixed in with some of that activity. Tonight it's going to be chilly once again. We'll have some clouds out there across the area. Then tomorrow we're going to see, again, a mix of clouds and sun. Isolated shower, thunderstorm chance, generally from a line from Andrews, Odessa down towards Sanderson areas east tomorrow afternoon. But they're going to be very isolated. Then it's going to be smoother sailing and plenty of spring weather for the rest of the week, with temperatures flirting with 80 degrees by Friday into the start of the weekend. Then we see another cold front roll in. That's going to bring some gusty winds, possible a few thunder showers, looks like coming up on Sunday, maybe into Monday, with some slightly cooler temperatures on the way.
All right, and like Tom just said, spring has sprung, and so has March Madness. Coming up next, we'll talk about how the bracket competitions could actually benefit your work. That's next. All right, let the madness begin. The NCAA college basketball tournaments are about to kick off. And it's not just the men's games that will bring big audience and big distractions this year. Karen Kafa looks at how the games could actually be a good thing for the workplace this year. Karen?
Get ready for a lot of college hoops.
The game has gotten so good. The players have gotten so good. The storylines have gotten so good. The coaches are amazing.
Meredith Geisler, visiting assistant professor of sport management at the George Washington University School of Business, is talking about NCAA women's basketball. She says it's all driving more interest than ever in the women's road to the Final Four.
It's all converged to make it so that women's college basketball, and ultimately probably the WNBA as well, has really emerged as a product that people want to see.
That means the potential for even more exciting games that can distract workers. Every March, outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas crunches the numbers on workplace productivity lost to games and brackets. Their 2024 estimate, $9.6 billion.
Whether they're researching and filling out brackets, they're organizing pools in their office, or they're actually live streaming those games during the workday, people are going to be doing a lot of not work over the next few weeks.
But Andy Challenger says the tournaments could also reap benefits for employers who have struggled with team building in an era of hybrid and remote work.
There's all sorts of ways you can get people engaged, and it's a really fun and easy way to engender a lot of camaraderie and morale.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Still ahead, bad news for you, but good news for one Texan. A $17.5 million lottery ticket has been claimed. We've got the details up next. Tom, do you remember a few weeks ago, Odessa's very own Heifers and Convenience sold a $17.5 million lottery ticket. And Tom, now we know that it wasn't you that bought the ticket. Today, a Stockdale resident claimed that ticket. The drawing was originally on March 9th. At the time the ticket was bought, the cash value option was chosen. And before taxes, the lottery player won over $10 million. Now, Stockdale is east of San Antonio. I didn't know that before this. And the winner has chosen to remain anonymous. So I guess it could still be you if you claimed your ticket in Scottsdale.
I don't have any connection to Stockdale.
No.
I'm sorry, okay?
It could be me.
Anyway,
I wish.
Well, that's a lucky person.
Yes, they are. Very lucky.
Anyway, we've been kind of lucky on the weather.
We have. It's been pretty nice
today.
out there.
Yeah, and tomorrow's even going to be better, about 74 degrees, a mix of clouds and sun. We can't rule out an isolated thunder shower in the afternoon hours, but they're going to be very isolated. Most areas will remain dry, and it looks like the rest of the week rather nice. We could be approaching 80 by the weekend. But all that comes to a halt with another front on the way on Sunday. More wind, the possibility of some thunder showers with it, but some slightly milder temperatures on the way too. So nothing like what we were dealing with this last weekend. But again, a few changes are on the way, but spring has sprung here in West Texas.
All right, I'm excited for the rest of it. Thanks for watching CBS 7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW. We've got more news coming up.